That sound you hear is every Knicks fan breathing a huge sigh of relief. Jalen Brunson's impressive All-NBA campaign is still very much on track. This likelihood is even more enhanced by the news of Donovan Mitchell missing some more time. This absence brings his total to 16 games this season, just one shy of the maximum allowed for All-NBA eligibility. For the Knicks, dependence on extraordinary performances from their secondary players might lessen soon. Although the team secured what may be their best win of the season, it's worth noting that without Brunson, they've only managed to score 106 points per 100 possessions this year. To put it in perspective, that's lower than the league's worst offense. Finally, this is great news for us fans who have become particularly fond of Brunson. Watching him play this season has been a delight, and it now seems we can look forward to more of his performances. Before we move on, we know you wouldn't want to miss out on more exclusive content like this. So make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel to stay updated with all the latest in the world of the Knicks. Let's continue. This season, the Knicks recorded their two highest assist games, measured by assist percentage, the percentage of made baskets resulting from assists, in games where Jalen Brunson was absent or barely played. In their game against Cleveland, they achieved assists on 76.2% of their field goals. This was only surpassed by the previous week's game against the Pelicans, where they assisted on 87.1% of made shots, the highest for the franchise since 1996. In the three other games Brunson missed, the Knicks' assist percentages were 64.3, 62.5, and 60.6, ranking them 13th, 20th, and 25th out of 61 games, respectively. However, the team's offensive rating in these 5 games was only 112.3 compared to their season-long rating of 118.1, according to Basketball Reference. The clear explanation is the Knicks are missing Brunson, one of the league's top isolation scorers. Without him, the remaining players struggle to fill his role. Julius Randle, an exception, missed 3 of these 5 games and underperformed in the others. Consequently, more isolation attempts failed, and most of the successful shots resulted from plays that created better opportunities. This raises the question, do the Knicks have more offensive creativity than they typically use in their bag? Maybe they rely too much on their star players, leading to a simpler but less effective offense. While this might not be entirely true, it's not far from reality. The Knicks' play style is largely influenced by coach Tom Thibodeau, who believes in focusing on the best players to generate offense. This approach has drawn criticism, especially when considering the ease with which other teams score. The game against Cleveland showed that the Knicks could move the ball more effectively, suggesting potential for greater offensive creativity. During Sunday night's game, it was evident that Ihart and Dante were key in many of the Knicks' most effective offensive possessions. Hartenstein's passing skill compensated for the absence of a dynamic shot creator like Brunson. Throughout the game, Sam Merrill torched the Knicks, hitting 7 threes in just 29 minutes. Many fans, including myself, felt relieved when Cavs coach J.B. Bickerstaff substituted him in the fourth quarter for Max Strus and Okoro. Bickerstaff's decision seemed logical, even though Cleveland struggled to score in the last 5 minutes. Merrill's presence made him a target for the Knicks to isolate him on offense, attempting to offset his offensive impact. This included a series of plays late in the third quarter where Josh Hart effectively abused Merrill in the post. Cleveland had to provide defensive support, creating opportunities for the Knicks. This strategy might not be aesthetically pleasing, but it's undoubtedly effective. It leverages the player's skills on the court. Despite Hart's wild shooting variance, his ability to attract a double team out of the post and his keen passing helped in creating scoring opportunities. The takeaway here is not for the Knicks to abandon isolation strategies. They're around league average with 7.4 isolation possessions per game. Their healthy starting lineup, with Ihart at center, scores 126.6 points per 100 possessions, slightly higher at 128.5 with the Brunson-Randle OG combination. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. However, as the playoffs approach and the Knicks face teams with better preparation and personnel, utilizing every available strategy becomes crucial. Games like Sunday night are promising. Winning remains paramount, but learning to score in various ways is also vital. Speaking of playoffs, the Knicks are in a dogfight right now to stay out of the play-in tournament. Unfortunately, the injuries have taken their toll on the Knicks in the standings, and the trade to acquire Bojan Bogdanovic and Alec Burks has not bolstered the team as much as we would have liked. To that end, we attempt to analyze potential upcoming playoff matchups for the Knicks. The Knicks would likely prefer to face the Chicago Bulls over the Atlanta Hawks in a play-in game scenario. Although the Bulls have shown competitiveness, the Hawks, with their one-game potential, talent, and firepower, pose a greater threat. A full-strength Knicks loss to either team would be extremely disappointing. Let's hope it doesn't come down to that. Next on the list are the Orlando Magic. Despite their recent good form, their youth and inexperience, coupled with not having faced a full-strength Knicks, make them less formidable in a 7-game series. We think the Magic will have trouble mustering up enough offense to knock off the Knicks. Following them are the Indiana Pacers, ranked slightly above the Philadelphia 76ers. The Pacers, similar to the Magic, lack playoff experience. Teams with their fast-paced style, like the Phoenix Suns of the past, often struggle in the intense playoff environment. The 76ers are next, mainly due to the uncertainty surrounding Joel Embiid's injury. Even if he returns, it's hard to imagine him being at full strength. The Cleveland Cavaliers, despite a strong season, seem to lack the toughness needed to defeat the Knicks in a 7-game series. Yes, they are an improved team offensively, but we think if they keep employing lineups featuring Evan Mobley and Jarrett Allen, they play into the Knicks' hands. We have the Miami Heat as a mild upset here on the list. The Heat, akin to a classic horror movie villain, have consistently been a formidable opponent during the playoffs in the Jimmy Butler era. A series against them would likely be arduous, and the Knicks might emerge less intact. It's no coincidence all of the Knicks' injuries that have been sustained while playing the Heat. Additionally, Heat coach Eric Spoelstra's expertise could outshine Thibs once again. The Milwaukee Bucks, under Doc Rivers and bolstered by Giannis and Dame, are finding their rhythm. While their defense and Rivers' tactics remain questionable, the Knicks at full strength could potentially exploit certain weaknesses of this team. Finally, the Boston Celtics are the least desirable opponent. Their well-rounded team, enhanced by the acquisitions of Drew Holiday and Kristaps Porzingis, pose a significant challenge, especially if they leverage their strong three-point shooting. However, a couple of off nights for the Celtics could tip the scales in favor of a resilient team like the Knicks.